ready for weight loss for dummies. We're not trying to be mean, but we are getting to the bare bones, super simple for those of you who might be confused and feel like there's just so many options. And what do I do? Do I focus on this or this? Or, people have said this. We're going to simplify it, aren't we, baby? Come on.
Let me read it.
Yeah, go ahead.
On our YouTube, this was Destiny Herps. She said, my excuse is I don't know what plan is the right one. I'm so overwhelmed with all the diets out there and have gotten so confused. Do I do carnivore, keto, low carb, high protein, calorie counting, no fruit, Octavia, Jenny Craig, Wonder Slim, Weight Watchers? Do I do 2 protein shakes in 1 meal, eat bread and potatoes or not? So on and so on. I watch videos that tell me I won't lose weight unless I'm fasting and doing 1 meal a day or 2 meals a day. Then I end up with a headache and completely consumed with diet information and have given up before I even start. There's just so many plans that I don't know where to start. I would love to see you do a video over this and maybe just tell us the myths of weight loss and what really works.
Love that. I like that comment.
Tell us, Joe, Paul, what are the myths? What really works? Yeah, I love that. I'm going to start with this question for her. If you knew that I had, or somebody else had, the wonderful plan that was proven to work, it's not that expensive, and it doesn't require a ton of work, but you just got to do it and it'll work. Would you? Would you do it? Because I think sometimes we think we're ready, we're willing, and then something's given to you that would work, and you kind of toy with it, and you don't really do it. I mean, I see that, and you're like, how serious are you that you really are? You really have tried everything, and you're really ready. And I'm not wanting to say that nobody's serious, but I am saying that a lot of people act like I've tried everything, I'll do everything, and then you present something to them. Not just mine, and they're not really ready. They're not all in, because we're going to simplify this. And when we do, what are people's responsibility? Are they going to be like, "Oh yay,
Wow.
oh yay, this is simple"? So, let's go ahead and do that, and we'll see what the response is.
And please, you guys, in the comment section, we'd love to hear from you all and keep the conversation going. Let us know what your genuine response is to how simple we're about to make it.
And thank you, Destiny. Destiny, I know she's been a follower for a while.
Great.
She's sincere. She really wants to do it. So thank you for that.
Cool.
All right. Here's one thing I would say, because certainly she's right. There's just, not only is there so much out there, but there's so much disagreement. Do this, don't do that, right? Do low carb, don't do low carb. Total eat broccoli. No, you shouldn't. I haven't eaten a vegetable. I heard a doctor said, I'm a doctor. I haven't eaten a vegetable in 30 years. So there's so much.
Eat eggs, don't eat eggs. Eat fruit, don't eat fruit. I've heard both of those.
Fruit's the devil.
Heard both of those.
Eat fruit, just fruit. Eat no fruit or just eat fruit. So here we are.
Yeah, go on.
So here's the thing. It is confusing. If you're listening to everything, it's going to be tough. Here's one thing that I think is going to really help folks in that situation. Focus on what you know. There's plenty we don't know. There's plenty of confusion out there. And I'll use this as an example. Let's say your brother-in-law is a drunk, or more appropriately, politically correct, an alcoholic. And he's coming to you and he says, Destiny, I need help. I got problems in my life. I want my life to be better. I'm trying to decide where I should live, where I should go to church, how I should do my job, what I should be teaching the kids, and all this. You're like, can you help me with this? And you're looking at him and you're like, you're a drunk.
We got to start.
Right. Where should we start here?
We got to start where we need to start, which is
remove
the alcohol, and then we can talk about these.
Remove the alcohol. Can we all agree that one thing, if not the thing, is quit drinking? And you may say, well, that's kind of drastic. How about let's just reduce it a little bit. It's like, okay, well, the problem is you have an addiction that's killing you and affecting a lot of people around you. We can agree on this. Stop drinking. So how does that apply to what Destiny's asking us? because I think it applies nicely. What do you know, Destiny? And let's forget Destiny. Let's say it's somebody else. I don't know where Destiny is with their weight, but let's say it's somebody, they want to lose 100 pounds, which is unbelievably common. Used to not be. Unbelievably common. You need to lose 100 pounds, and you're trying to figure out which plan should you do.
And if that's you, by the way, we're very happy you're here.
Yes.
It's very common.
Yes.
And we're happy you're here.
It's so common that our most popular video is how to lose 100 pounds in 6 months. So
linked below in the description.
Very common.
Yes. So you need to lose 100 pounds, and we're going to apply this scenario with the alcoholic to what is the starting point?
What is the starting point with that? And I like what Dr. Andrew Huberman says about this. And he basically says, if you've been eating, a normal way, the way most Americans eat, and you change it to where you eat meat, fish, eggs, vegetables, and fruits, get out of the way. You're about to see some amazing things happen. He doesn't put it that way. I put it that way. He's like, you're going to lose a lot of weight really quick. You're going to see amazing things happen.
So that's kind of his starting point.
Yeah.
If you're just eating these 5 things, good things are going to
happen. Fruits,
veggies,
meat, fish, and eggs. And he goes on and says, coffee's fine.
So
we'll drink water.
Destiny, there's a good starting point.
Yeah.
If you reduce it to those 5 things, good things are going to happen.
Amazing things are going to happen in your life. So what does the average person that struggles with their weight think when they hear that? We just gave you something that would be life-changing, amazing, incredible. You're going to lose weight. You're going to feel better than you ever have. It's absolutely amazing. So what does the average person sit there and think when they hear that?
And I do have empathy. I do.
I do too.
Because there are other foods that are a lot of fun. There are other foods that are a lot of fun to eat.
A lot of fun.
That aren't necessarily bad.
Right.
So when you reduce it just to those 5 things, your mind goes to, okay, but can I include this?
Right. I really like so-and-so. Certainly it's okay if I eat this, isn't it?
Right.
A little bit of that, isn't it? And a little bit of that, isn't that? Why just do that?
Mm-hmm.
And here's another thing. There are billions of people around the world that are praying for meat, fish, eggs, veggies, and fruit. They just want 3 of those. If you told them you get all, how many is that? All 5 of those, they'd be like, God has come and answered my prayer for me and my family and our village. Look, we have these things now. We're going to live. Not our culture. What's our culture? Not our culture. That's not in Kentucky. It's like Mountain Dew. M&M's.
How dare you? Stereotype.
Taco Ticos.
Stereotype Kentucky like that.
Queso. How am I going to live without queso? Are we on to anything here?
You guys comment and let us know if we're on to something here.
What are we on to here?
It's very blunt so far, but I think, what do we title it?
Praying for this stuff. And we're like, what can I do? It's my metabolism. It's my seed oils. It's, what are we going to do? It's impossible with fast food on every corner. I can't. How am I going to, my Ozempic, I didn't do well with that, and I'm going to try the lap band surgery, and I don't know, my brother eats terrible. How am I going to do it? Because he lives in the basement, and I got kids, and my kids need Hostess Twinkies, and
man, he is on a tear.
I can't got time for exercise very much because I'm poor.
All right, we get it. We get it. That's good. I mean, you are onto some really good stuff.
I ate some of those energy balls.
I was going to say, are they energy balls?
Well, that's what they're called.
Yeah, I can tell.
We
can tell.
I apologize.
We can tell. We get it. We get what you're saying.
Take it all back. Everything from go back to minute 1, I take it all back.
He takes it all
Y'all
back.
are fine.
You're
going to
be
fine.
He didn't mean it.
Eat some M&M's and drink some Mountain Dews.
This is not Mountain Dew, by the way.
This is not Mountain Dew.
0 calorie, Zevia, stevia sweetened soda, which we highly recommend. Next point. What do you got? Keep going.
I was working with Kurt. Kurt said, Joe, I've decided I'm just having as much fun with 2,000 calories a day as I possibly can. He's 6'9". So that's another way of looking at it that works. I saw a dog commercial, and it was talking about how many dogs are overweight. And it said, we're going to help you, and we're going to help your dog get to a healthy weight. You know what the solution was? They mail you, I guess it's in the mail. They mail you the dog food in pre-packaged packages.
This is exactly the amount that your dog
This is what your dog needs to weigh the right amount.
Similar to the idea of just putting everything you're going to eat that day on the counter, and then that's it.
Yeah, that's what you get to eat.
That's it.
And we got to hit on why this is difficult. But let's look at one more thing. I like my cups here. Let's say you weigh 200 pounds and you want to weigh 150 pounds. What are you going to have to do? Because here's what I would say has been going on. You have been eating for a 200-pound person. So you eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's all in here. And then you have some snacks, and you have that queso and some chips. And you're 200 pounds. You're like, why am I 200 pounds? And I'm like, well, because you ate just right for 200 pounds. You should have eaten for 150. What's the difference between what you've been doing and what you wanted to do to weigh the right weight? The difference is this yellow cup, and it's called excess. That's what we're talking about. That's why you're here, and everybody's like, why is this so difficult? What am I going to have to do? This is your crack, right? This is your drug. This is your medication. We are not living for sustenance. We're living for pleasure. I am eating to be happy. And I'm not saying you can't eat and enjoy it and be happy and have snacks. Most people can eat vegetables, meat, all the things we said, plus a dessert, plus a piece of candy, plus rice. Most people can and be a healthy weight. But then you add another, and you add another thing. And then they're sort of like, why am I heavy? Well, you added that, you added that. You eat like crap. Why am I heavy? Because you eat like crap. But our culture says, what happened? How could this happen to you?
You deserve to eat this way.
You deserve to eat. You don't eat that bad. And we convince ourselves, I don't eat that bad. I have a problem. I have a metabolism problem. And I have POS. And I don't take enough Ozempic. And I know that sounds terrible because some people have POS. And that is contributing to their difficulties. It's making it really difficult. I apologize to you. But a lot of people will use anything as an excuse when the fact is they eat like crap. And if you were to say, hey, just eat meat, vegetables, fruit, eggs, and fish, watch what happens. It's like, I'll kill you. I'll kill you if I get my hands on you. Because that is asking for something crazy. And I'll say, I'm glad I don't have to eat like that. I just had those energy balls that a friend of ours made, and we bought them, and they got oats and peanut butter in them and little chocolate chips.
Very yummy.
Very yummy.
Especially freezing them.
And they were out of the freezer. They were really good. I want to be able to eat that. And I can. Some of you can't. And that's the issue. Why can't I eat what Joe eats and what Paul eats? We're different. We have different lives. We have different skill sets. We have different abilities. Some can't. And they resent that. And they're like, I'm going to get the ball on this. I want to be able to eat what I want to eat and not deprive myself of the things that I love. So what's the issue, Paul? Why is it so difficult for somebody just to say, okay, I'll eat for 150 pounds. I'll do that. I'm willing to do that. Why is that so hard?
I thought we kind of already answered that.
I don't think so. No, not to me. I got a lot more to say on it.
Oh, why?
Why is it so difficult to just say, oh, okay, that's the answer? I'm happy to do that. I'm happy to just eat those things and not eat those other things. We've talked about that it is hard, but I don't think we've said, why is it so difficult? Why do we resist? What's going on that we're like, I can't just do that? I'm going to give the answer. I'm giving you a chance, though.
Give it.
Are you here?
Well,
in my
mind, it was because we like eating the other foods beyond just those five. But you're giving us...
Okay, because we like... Okay, you're getting it close to it. We need an inward transformation. What we think we need is Ozempic. What we think we need is a new program. Or like Destiny said, which is it? We think we need low carb. We think we need more protein. We think if we just eat one meal a day. But any of those will work if you've had an inward transformation that says, you know what? I believe deeply that I need to take responsibility for regulating the intake into my mouth. I'm going to have to be responsible for that. And if I'm 20 pounds overweight, I'm responsible to adjust so that I'm not. If I'm 100 pounds overweight, I'm responsible. You need to not be the person that's willing to go on a diet. You need to become the person that wouldn't eat too much. You need to become that person. I wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't do it. That's who I am. That's who you are. And to be fair, some people have that really easy. And some people have it really, really difficult. So those are the ones that are going to need the most help, that are going to have to humble themselves and say, I'm at a loss here. I've tried. What am I going to have to do? And last time I think I said, you need to cry out to God, because this is for some people. I think some people can do it without crying out to God. I've seen them do it. They're not believers. They don't talk about God. They figured it out. They did it. They were just willing to do it. But for a believer, I think it's going to make sense to say, this is so difficult for me. I need God's help. I've needed his help with other things, because you need an inward transformation. It's not a physical thing for most people. Do you agree with that? That it's not mainly physical?
I would say it's a combination, but perhaps it leans heavier on the mental or the internal.
Yeah. Mental, internal, spiritual. You have to become different on the inside, willing to become different on the inside, which is, we'll plug my program. That's what we're walking you through a process. You go into saying, I want to be a Marine, but you're not already a Marine. You can really want to be that, but you're not that yet. And just because you want to be, and you've watched a lot of Marine movies, you're not a Marine yet. You can become one, but you got to choose to go through that. And that's what is in the way. You have to choose to go through the transformation process to become the person that wouldn't do what you've been doing for a long time. You've been that person. You've been doing it. Yeah. Are you willing to have a heart change, a mental change, a spiritual, emotional change? And then how do you get that change?
Yeah, well, I was going to say, you're going to make it a lot easier on yourself when you have all of these different ideas of what should I do, to just go through a program and let them tell you exactly what to do. Like, why wouldn't you do that if that's accessible to you? So again, whether it's Trainer Joe 21-Day Transformation, which we strongly believe in, there's a link in the description, or another one that's worked for thousands of people,
Weight Watchers,
millions of people, do it, but really stick to it, and it'll simplify it for you. And then along with the simplification of, here's exactly what you eat,
Jenny Craig.
Here's exactly what you eat. Along with that simplification, the plan that you choose will likely involve a reboot of the mind. We know that the 21-Day Transformation does, which we have both said is 50%, if not more, of what's going to need to be required for this to really kick in for you.
Yeah, and it's interesting because some people do my program and they do okay and they lose a little weight, and then I see them a year later and they've lost 50 or 100 pounds. I like to say, do my program, then you can go do any program, because we are working on the change in your mind and in your heart that needs to happen. I remember when Slim Fast was popular, and I knew some people that you drink a shake in the morning, you drink a shake in the afternoon, and you have a reasonable dinner. Do you ever remember that?
A little.
Slim Fast shakes. It was huge.
A little bit.
And some people were just loving that. Somehow, they either had the transformation inside, or it just made so much sense that it was easy for them. So either way can work. If you can find something that just makes so much sense it's easy for you, I doubt it, go for that. Otherwise, get the transformation. Focus on a transformation, not finding the right plan. Because once you have the transformation, you'll never have to go on another diet again. The only reason you have to go on a diet is you were the person that would eat bad. That's what you were. You were the person that was willing to eat bad. And I say bad because there's evidence of that.
You regretting clicking on this video yet? Because in the process of us simplifying this to the nth degree, it has been a little bit, dare I say, of a brutal video. Because it's just been absolutely no nonsense, and it's put all the onus on you. Is that fair to say, that it's put all the onus on them?
Their uncertainty is killing them. I don't know about this. I don't know about that. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. What are you certain about? You need something you're certain about, and I would suggest that it's this. I don't eat good. I'm too heavy. I need to stop. That should be clear. Let's get that out. That should be clear before you go anywhere else. The commitment is too big. Oh, and another little thing. My wife is trying to get on a exercise routine, and it's really hard. And she's like, help me. And I'm like, simplify this. Go. You probably don't want to work with me, husband's wife. I said, go pay the man.
Yeah.
Go pay the man. Because once she's paid the man, she's going to show up. But right now, it's just too hard to show up. It's too hard to show up.
So true.
Pay the man.
Pay the man. Pay him or woman.
Put your shoes on. Just put your shoes on. Well, I don't feel like going to the gym. Can you put your shoes on?
Can you get in the car?
Can you get in the car? You've got to find the small enough thing that you can do. Then that's going to take you to the bigger thing. Pay the man.
Pay the man or woman.
Yeah.
Well, that was packed. I think we gave them enough bang for their buck on that one.
I hope so. Get the nutrition you need without too many calories and experience a reasonable amount of enjoyment. There it is. We don't want a reasonable amount of enjoyment. We want enjoyment on steroids. And I'll end with that.
Comment below. Let us know, out of this video that was packed, we went in a lot of different directions. What stood out to you the most? Was there something that was convicting for you? Was there something that you had a little bit of a hard time receiving? And we would love for the comment section to be a place where we can discuss this stuff.
I answered nearly. There's one question I got I haven't answered yet. I've been thinking about it, but I answer almost every comment.
Well, and other people can chime in and get encouragement and see what other people are saying. So it's a great place. So comment below. Let us know your thoughts. And until our next video, which will be out very soon, train your brain
and transform your body.